But I think I'm fine. I don't think I forgot anything. So there's nothing else I can build here. I just need to go on an expedition. I'm so confused by 1. Oh, you think... Wait, no, it is Chapter 1. Enemies have 0 to 1 abilities. Enemies' strength is minus 5%. Weird to have the baseline be a nerf to enemies. Enemy strength growth plus 2% per loop. That's very insignificant. 2%? Smaller than I thought it was. Max amount of a resource is 10. I didn't realize they capped you off like that. Class Warrior. Oh! Huh! I don't know if this is related to my class, or if this is something I unlock aside from the class. You know, it's probably irrelevant. I just saw that this was here, and I was like, so it's showing me the equipment slots I have. And for whatever reason, since I had just read Class Warrior, I was like, oh, so the Warrior uses these equipment types. But it's probably just entirely unrelated. Let's see. A class that doesn't have any particular benefits or disadvantages has the highest durability compared to other classes, plus 2% damage for each second of the fight. Okay. Huh. That's an interesting one. That means that you're actually better to not use the, what are they called, beacons? The one that speed fights up. You're better to not have beacons with this class. Now, I'm curious about the fact that it says has the highest durability, because, I don't know, I would expect that. Like, if they're going to say the exact stat advantage here, is this, like... Is this what they mean by it has more durability, or is there also just, like, a secret, like, extra to life or something that's not displayed here? Additional class stats. Damage to all, regen, vampirism, attack speed, counterattack, evade, and defense. Interesting. So the modifiers you can roll are based on your class. That's cool. Let's go on the deck and see what I like, see what I don't like. I unlocked Bloodgrove, I guess. My hair's garbage because I didn't wait for it to dry before starting stream. So which of these am I happy with? Oh, I need both of these, so I can't even change it. I could just add Bloodgrove if I wanted to. A living forest preys on wounded occupants of adjacent tiles, may spawn something dreadful from their remains. Can be placed near a forest adjacent to the road. Can be placed near a forest. So, huh? Can be placed near a, like, what does it mean forest? Is it talking about grove? I don't know what it means by forest. Adjacent to the road. Huh. Its roots devour enemies that have less than 15% HP left, and it presumably makes an additional enemy when that happens. Okay, I think I'll take that. I think I'll definitely keep Road Lantern and Battlefield. How do I feel about Vampire Mansion? I think I'm fine with it. Like, all of these I seem fine with. I definitely don't think I want a beacon, though, because beacons seem, like, objectively bad. Oh, weird. Rock has to come with mountain. That's interesting. And, you know what? Power play? Never mind. I have to have two of these. God damn it. I was gonna say power play, removing Meadow, because Meadows don't really seem that good. But yeah, beacons seem, like, objectively against the strategy of Warrior, so... That seems like a fair one to remove. Oh, I'm already fighting? The game just goes, dude. Is there any reason to hold on to Meadows? Like, maybe? Because, like, Meadows kinda suck. Like, they're kinda insignificant in the whole scheme of things. I think I might just hold on to Meadows until I get, like, a treasury. I feel like that makes more sense. I mean, like, I know that currently I have no sustain outside of the campfire, but my campfire is slightly upgraded. I don't need to play the mountain immediately either. I looked at the VOD, by the way. I did look at the VOD, and I wanted to check what was up with just more damage and regen. Love to see it. I wanted to see what was up with the whole... Yes, that's fine. I should be able to get a treasure chest on this loop, because I think it happens at the start of each day, right? Maybe? But yeah, I wanted to see what fucked up when I tried to make my second mountain at the start of each loop. God damn it. I really couldn't see anything. Like, there were a few possibilities as to what it could have been. It could just be that you're only allowed to have one mountain peak. Like, that's totally possible. It also could be the case that, yeah, that's fine. It also could just be the case... Oh, I have another... I'm not paying attention to my cards at all, but yeah, let's slap both of those bad boys down. It also could be that, like, you can't place a mountain peak at the edge of the world. It also could be that, like, I overcrowded the rocks around it. It also could be that you need, like, a minimum amount of mountains in the 3x3 for it to be classified as a mountain peak when you put the last one. I really have no idea. I have absolutely no idea what it could be. I'm gonna hope that it's something as simple as, like, just needing... I think what I hope it is that it's, you can only have one mountain peak. Sorry, I can't speak because I'm brain dead and dumb. But just in case that's not what's going on here, I think I'll get started on a mountain peak that has a lot of mountains in it. Just in case, like, I don't know. I did have, like, 3 or 4 mountains on the 3x3 before I placed the peak in the middle. So it could just be you need, like, 3 or 4 mountains minimum for it to be classified as a peak. Who knows? Probably doesn't matter that much. See, this is why I wanted to remove meadows, because I have way too many of them, and they literally have no impact on my run. Yeah, the damage outweighs the regen there. So it was talking about Grove. Yeah, fuck it. Let's figure out what that's all about, I guess. Wow, a lot of spiders there, huh? I guess I am going around my loop relatively slowly. So by doing it this way, I do have to be careful about how many things I put along the outside of the mountain peak. Because I don't want to accidentally make a mountain peak before I make the center of this. The real mountain peak that I actually care about. Additional groves, why not? Cemetery, why not? Yeah, fuck it, just keep slamming them. I'm gonna get more mountains before this is all said and done. Ooh, chunky armor, yeah. Chunky shield, yeah. Don't mind if I do. Just straight upgrades, love to see it. I don't really know if there's anything, like, I hope to see. I think I hope to see regen more than any other stat, honestly. I don't think I care about magic damage. Damage to all is one of the best stats. In my experience. Having, like, a large amount of damage to all is pretty essential for when you get to the later loops. But maybe I'm crazy and have no clue what I'm talking about. What the fuck are those slugs? What happened? Who are you? Did I accidentally turn them into ghosts? What happened? What? Huh? Bloodpath? What? Not only ghosts are created on the battlefield, spawns a blood clot every 4 days? Huh? Did that happen before? I don't remember that being a thing. Maybe that's a result of this new blood grove? I'm confused. Yeah, I have no clue. I'm getting pretty fucking stacked on meadows, aren't I? I'll probably have to worry about that at some point, but I'm not there yet. Nah, I don't know. I still think the damage is more important now, because it means that I get through fights faster, which is pretty important. Wait a second. Am I stupid? I think I'm really stupid. I was so worried about accidentally making a mountain peak. But, like, the way this is set up, I could fully surround all of this, and it would never be a mountain peak, because with the middle missing, yeah, I'm, like, totally fine doing things this way. I might want to decrease the spawn of enemies here, honestly, because it could get nasty in that part of town. I've made it a little bit nasty. It's my own fault, but I'll never own up to it. So it does pause the game while you're building actively. That's nice. That's nice of it. I appreciate it. Okay. Now this is getting silly. I don't think I want to make things too difficult here, but you know, more fights means more equipment. Oh, and I already have a goblin camp. Love to see it. I didn't even notice it. Counter stat coming in clutch. 13% vampirism is not bad. But I just like regen more. Like, look, I'm doing 24 damage. Like, that's... I would have gotten 6 HP out of that fight. Okay, maybe vampirism is actually more meaningful than I think it is. Also, what was that root thing? I thought the fight was gonna... Oh, never mind, that region's better for sure. I thought the fight was gonna continue or something, but I guess not. I don't know. I can't really tell if this is helpful or harmful. Like, it seems like it's just a good thing? May spawn something dreadful from their remains. So it's not exclusively a good thing, but it is making the fights easier, so... I'm fine with that. So it says, oh, is that a vampirism symbol on their health bar? Or, no, I think that's showing where they die on their health bar from the roots. Yeah. I understand. Oh, I really thought it was going to spawn something there, but I guess not. I'll obviously take the defense here. Why wouldn't I? The life I'll consider when I get closer to the loop, because having more max HP when you pass go. Vampire aura. I see, it shows you, like, the buffs on everything in the fight. That's cool. They say it's 10%? All enemies that are... Oh, so here we go. We're getting into the tags of enemies. So, you could place vampires on certain enemies that aren't even going to be affected by vampirism. That's nice to know. All enemies that are not objects or artificial gain vampirism. Aha! So slimes do not gain it. Look at that. Legend. Legendary gamer. Yeah. Honestly, just the defense stat alone is tempting, but I'll take vampirism with it. Sustain is, in my opinion, more important than damage avoidance, but, you know, there's a time and place for both, also. Not for the ring, though. Not for the ring. So, oh, god damn it, I was hoping the skeleton wouldn't get it. Doesn't really make sense to me that a skeleton gains benefit of vampirism, but you know what? I'll live with it. See, now this one's kind of tough, because I really don't think I'm getting... Yeah, I got 2 HP there. I don't know. Maybe it's nice just to have a little bit of vampirism to go with your, juice. I don't know what I'm trying to say. A little vampirism to go with the squeeze. I don't know what these blood clots are going to be, so this is maybe a bad idea, but I'm just gonna hope that they're artificial, and that's the smartest thing I've ever done all day. Smartest thing I've done all day. It's fine, just get through the fight. I think I want to save mountains for, like, the side pieces. I kind of messed that up earlier, but you get more benefit for mountain than you do for rock, so that makes sense to me. Do I just want to extend this grove and make it, like, Forest Town forever? I don't see a good reason not to. Maybe there is a good reason not to, but I haven't found it yet. Haven't found it yet. That's what it's all about. Not finding things. Undead liquid. But unfortunately does get affected by vampirism. Battlefield. 20% chance for all enemy... yeah, I am gonna make a vampire ghost. Fuck. I think this is a really, really bad idea. Oh, never mind. All enemies that have a soul... it's only a 20% chance, I guess. That's not that bad, but it is bare minimum 2 rolls. It's not optimal. Not optimal. I'm getting, like, garbage equipment, too. It blows. Never mind. That chest was pretty good. Ooh. Yes. But what about this one? No. I just love regen, what can I say? The fact that you heal out of combat, too, it has a certain sort of feel to it that I like. Yo, what the fuck? Thank you. People don't do that around here. Gonna have to throw you out. Can't believe you would do something as disrespectful as following the stream and having a good time. But, thank you. Jokes aside, thank you. Glad you're enjoying it. Magic damage, no regen though, so like, why would I care? Why would I ever care about something like that? I simply can't, no matter how hard I try. This mountain's looking juicy though. Hopefully I understand. I'm really, you know, this is probably a good thing to put. I mean, I really would like to put it there, but I kind of fucked myself over by doing that. Maybe I'll just, like, make the spiders a little impotent. Let's try that. And skeletons, too. I don't really know what this means when it says decreases the maximum number of monsters. Like, what is the current maximum number of monsters? Maybe it goes... Because I've definitely seen, like, 4, I think? But, maybe it drops it to 3, maybe it drops it to 2. Nope! Nope! Not interested in that kind of thing. I just immediately have cynicism towards the engagement now. Like, you know, do your thing, I guess, but it's, God, being a small streamer, man. Constantly getting advertisements. Nope, I will not fill out a form. Thank you, though. Thanks for, popping into my stream and advertising. I appreciate it. Very cool. Very cool to live stream on twitch.tv. This is what it's like for those unaware. It doesn't happen too often, thankfully, but when it does happen, it's really just like... it's tonal whiplash. Like, to come in to someone else's thing. Like, I'm doing my own thing here, right? And immediately put the attention on yourself and be like, yeah, I know that you're trying to do your thing right now, but if everyone could look towards me and care about me, that'd be pretty cool. I just can't feel good about that kind of thing. I've definitely been nicer about it in the past, but when it happens enough, the cynicism comes out. Alright, I'm thinking that maybe I want to put a road lamp on the goblin camp. I'm thinking that the goblin camp having 4 goblins on it is something I don't want to see in the future. What gives it rage? It just says enrages after an ally dies. I guess just certain enemies have it. Because, like, that one doesn't have rage. I guess it's just random whether a goblin does or doesn't have rage, but this single encounter took off, like, half of my HP, more or less. Give or take a few. Give or take a few. Juicy. I really should care about max HP over the other stats I'm gaining from this. So sure, I'll take the one that also gives me magic damage. Why not? This one wasn't. Nah. Well, I mean, the 13% is pretty good, but I think I'll pass. I'm gonna see if I can make it through these engagements without needing to use an Oblivion, but I definitely am pleased to have 2 of them to go. Okay, I really should have obliviated these, actually. Wait, carnivorous roots. Does it say... No. The hero will become entangled. It's just, alludes to something bad happening, but still doesn't say exactly what. Counter 19%. That's tempting. I don't think it's as tempting as the sustain, though. Like, don't get me wrong, it's definitely nice. I just don't think it's worth the constant heal. Okay, so I finally did get a treasury, which means my meadows get to actually do something. I didn't realize. I thought when it... I understand now that I couldn't place the treasury here, because I guess the edges count as another tile, but I kind of wasted space doing it that way. I think I can literally immediately complete the treasury. No, this is not... I can't count. I'm 1 meadow away. I might as well do this, then. Because even though I can't complete it, like, it's not a negative until you complete it. Right? Like, it doesn't spawn gargoyles yet. So that's good. But as soon as I do place the last meadow there, I'm probably gonna obliviate it. And yeah, glad I have the road lantern. Well, I mean, I've killed a lot of enemies near this blood grove. Surely something bad's going to happen at some point, right? Right? Or is it just going to give me, like, really good items? That one's not that good, though. I mean, the vampirism is... I'd rather have the max HP. I know that's stupid. It is stupid. Don't... Like, it's empty max HP. Yes, it does make the campfire heal better, but I'm, like, halfway through the loop. If that. Probably closer to, like, 30%, 40%. Defense is higher. Comes with magic damage and attack speed, but lose the vampirism? If there was another defensive stat there, I'd consider, but considering it's just 2 defense and the other stats are offense, I'm not going to. Also, I forgot to bring my chat back after I timed that person out for being a little freak. Again, like, you know, I get the hustle, but at the same time, it's just time and place for everything, I guess. Time and place for everything. Typically, people aren't going to be too happy about, not only an advertisement, but, like, an advertisement that you wanted me to click a link and fill out a survey, like, while I'm doing a live stream is just like, come on. You could have seen the answer coming. Surely you've gone to other chats and already done this routine. Damage to all and regen. Yes, I will take that over the 2 extra defense. And I got some other things I can do here. Let's place more rocks. Love to place rocks. One of my favorite pastimes. Do I want an additional blood grove? Assuming they stack, which I can't guarantee. I think it probably doesn't stack, if I had to guess. And if it doesn't stack... Oh, see, now I see why I would want to put a grove somewhere like here, where I'm already affected by the lantern, which is not... Oh, what? Oh, because it has to be... I'm stupid. I should have placed the grove here. I forgot it doesn't work on diagonals. Which is kind of inconsistent. Like, I don't know. They say adjacent for literally everything, even though sometimes adjacent means with diagonals, sometimes it means without diagonals. In this case, it means without diagonals. But yeah, having the blood grove, because it hasn't done anything negative yet. Just seems like a straight upgrade to that area. And goodbye. Goodbye. Just to make me feel better about the way that looks, I'll place a meadow there and then save the rest. Oh, and I got a grove? Did I always have that grove, or am I stupid? I think both, probably. And yeah, that seems good, to kill those enemies faster, because the spider hellhole I've created gets a little swamped. I don't think I care about where I put another cemetery, really. They do get affected by vampires, so maybe I just want to, like, slam it over here. I don't know. I also got treasure. Did I get these from the treasury? I didn't notice if the treasury gave me, like, equipment and maybe those cards. I didn't notice. So max HP and defense? Attack speed and counter. Versus very small amount of regen and evasion. I think the overall stats on this one are just better than both of those other armors. Even though it has no sustain. I know I keep talking about how much I want sustain, but attack speed gets me through fights faster, which is a counter synergy for the what was it, Warrior is the name of the class. It is a counter synergy. It decreases my effectiveness of my gain damage over time, but whatever, who cares? Yeah. That seems better, I think. Although the longer I look at it, I'm kind of like, no, actually, just give me the one with sustain. I'm probably overvaluing sustain, but it also had, like, I think a better damage avoidance stat. It just lost the 2 defense in replace of magic damage, which, like, I think that's a fair trade-off. Like, I do expect defense to be a fairly strong stat, don't get me wrong, but 2 probably isn't that significant, and I keep getting garbage armor of the same tier. I'm dead, by the way. I just realized how fucking weak I am. I think I'm dead as hell. I think this loop went much, much poorer than my last loop, because I think, honestly, I just tried to make things too hard. I could, like, desperation drop a mountain here and hope that the mountain peak, like, saves me. I think I can get through this fight at the very least. I got no damage to all stat. Yeah, I currently have 2 damage to all. Which, I definitely have skipped by a few damage to all opportunities. I think since those guys are circling around, first off, well, I don't know, spiders and slimes are, like, equal in strength, and they're not that strong. It's just 4 of them in one fight is kind of scary. I think if I did fuck up one thing really badly, I put way too many combat encounters, like, close to each other. Like, for whatever reason, I didn't want to spread things apart like I did last time, where I should have. I think I can make it through this fight, but it's not gonna be fun. I'm gonna hold on to the mountain still, because I definitely want to slap it down before the end of the loop, but maybe I can get some rocks here. God damn, things hurt really bad. I got an evade in there. Ooh, and I am gonna, like, fully juice up my, my mountain. Nice. Oh, I might as well have placed mountains there, but whatever. And please make a mountain peak. Uh-oh. I don't understand. Oh, no. I guess maybe the way that works is I was correct in understanding how it works. But because of the way I structured it, it just picked from the top left. Yeah, that's exactly what happened, I think. And I guess the other thing I have to imagine is that you can only have one mountain peak active. Like, you just get one of those, maybe? I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing still, but I can't think of what else could be the case for why my my mountain peak didn't work the last time I tried in the last stream. This is going so much worse, though, than the last stream. I definitely want a road lantern. God, where do I want a road lantern, actually? There were, like, a lot of spiders here that were hanging out. I think there's just, like, a lot of enemies everywhere because I'm stupid. But I think I should probably, like, protect this area from the spiders. Maybe? Because it feels like these areas got filled up very quickly because of the road lantern, so then the spiders had to be dumped over here. I think that's probably what happened. So just to make the whole spider area that I completely messed up on a little bit safer, I'm gonna drop that there. Okay, this is definitely where I die. Yeah, this is death. I lose. I have lost. Fuck. Well, we get to see what that's like very early on here. Just do it, dude. You got this. No, the ghost. No, come on. I'm sustaining. Okay. Not the end of the world. All of the equipment I got was so garbage, though. Like, maybe I'm overvaluing these chests, because that was not particularly good. I think if I want literally any chance of survival, I have to obliviate that, unfortunately. Then I want to see how much HP I have here. I straight up don't think I survive. Like, I know it's, like, extreme cowardice to just be like, I'm gonna leave now, but at the same time, I think I'm gonna play all of my cards and leave now. I'm sorry to do it. I wish there was a better way. But I'm out of here. Because I don't know. Either I didn't get the equipment or my planning stage went horribly. But if I get the opportunity to not lose anything, I think I'm gonna take the opportunity to not lose anything. So let's go. I barely survived that loop. With 300 HP, I don't think I would have lived another. Another success! You've returned and we still remember you. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's good to be back. But I'd hardly call it a success. My old memories of the world are gone. The path is empty again, and there's only darkness everywhere I look. Interesting, so technically you remember that there are things you have forgotten. Yep. We should find a way to use that. Let's talk about something more positive. We managed to tidy this place up. It's time for the next step. What do you have in mind? Expanding the camp. We have all sorts of craftsmen, from cooks to an alchemist, but they all need a place to work. We can't use the materials from around here. You turn away for a second from a branch. Some of the writing is just a little oddly phrased. You turn away for a second from a branch or a stone you just found and it's gone. Like, I feel like that could be structured better. You turn away from a branch or a stone you've just found for merely a second. I don't know. I feel like that makes a little more sense than the way it's constructed right now, but either way, it could probably just be constructed entirely differently in a more understanding way than that, without using the same words like I tried to. I'm afraid only you can solve this problem. The materials that survived your trip always look suitable for building. But these are just stones and splinters. How can you build something with them? Curious, eh? I noticed it with the fire you've made. The things you obtain somehow infect everything, similar with stability. Everything similar with stability. Only in small amounts, but it's still something. Even a small branch is enough to make a wooden wall exist without constant supervision. Nifty. Thanks, I didn't ask. Okay, so I can actually do something here. Cool, 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 cool. It wasn't a complete waste of time. What would I rather have between Herbalist Hut, Smithy, and Gymnasium? Let's see. Herbalist Hut. The hands of the herbalist always remember how to mix dried herbs and brew healing potions. Potion heals 4% of max HP. You can take up to 3. You can take up to 3 potions with you. 2 potions are refilled at the camp. So it's just like Estus, I guess? It says at the camp. Does that mean when I pass go? I assume that means when I pass go. I also unlocked the swamp card. But who cares? There's always work for a blacksmith, apocalypse or not. Lets you start an expedition with a basic warrior's gear. With basic COD. I'm doing the game a disservice by not just using the font made for me. Sorry, I should have done that earlier, but I'm stubborn. Because I do think that the pixel font looks nicer. It obviously fits with the game more, but I do like to be able to read also. Lets you start an expedition with basic warrior's gear. Unlocks the ability to craft tools for the camp. Again, even though I can read it better now, some of the sentences are a little bit weird. Unlocks the ability to craft tools for the camp. What does that mean, tools for the camp? I guess that does make perfect sense as a sentence. I just didn't expect it to be for the camp. I really thought it was going to say, like, for the departure or something. Between these two, I'm not super impressed, honestly. A place where you'll learn how to read, write, and be polite with your teacher. Physical training takes priority. Unlocks the ability to gain special traits after killing monsters and expeditions. Unlocks the village card. I think this is the most interesting one, honestly. There you go. So that how it works. I think these are translation issues. Which is fine. The translation is really well done, honestly. I just have, like, a few nitpicky issues because I'm a little freak like that. So that's how it works. I mean, that also could just be a genuine typo, who knows. Instead of remembering something, you can just learn it again. That's a nice trick. There's no ill intent. Without education, our world would be left to the savages. Yeah, it is kind of like a BM move. Like, one of the first buildings. Before I even made, like, houses for people, I was like, go to school, dumbasses. You too could learn a few things, though. We could all get together and share our useful knowledge and skills. Nah, I already know all I need to. Leave learning to the kids. Absolutely. 100%. This guy's got it. Your first lesson. Learn to like learning. That would make life easier for both of us. Nah, leave it to the kids. What is the upgrade? Ooh, something very expensive that I don't even know if I've seen some of these resources. Cool. Unlocks the town card. Camp's item slots. I don't know what these symbols are. Ooh, oh, I see. It tells you about them. So, available supply slots for tools? Max equipped items? Huh? Oh, and it doesn't tell you what that means, huh? Oh, no. I guess these two are the same thing? Huh? Oh, now I get it. The symbols are telling you it works for those things. For furniture, for tools, for max equipped items. I see. Okay. Well, I don't think I can upgrade anything else. No, I'm just a little short on meat and wood. What's the difference? Let's go. I also unlocked a new card. I should unlock the village. First, they'll feed you. Then they'll make you work. Heals 15 plus 5 times loop upon entering. Gives you a quest! What? Okay, well, since I literally have nothing that synergizes with cemetery, I think I'll go with village and grove. Oh, I could have everything, but no, I don't really care for cemeteries, honestly. It just seems like a waste of space. I mean, maybe depending on, like, because for having the school, or what is it is a gymnasium, sorry. For having the gymnasium, it says unlock the ability to gain special traits after killing monsters. I wonder if that depends on the monsters I kill. So maybe I should experiment with that for a bit, and have all monsters that I could possibly have at my disposal available. Just in case. Just in case I get, like, a cool bone attack for killing a skeleton. Okay, let's go. Bone attack. What? My HP is legible? Heroes' health and XP points. I just noticed, like, I thought it was just weird because, oh, I should probably equip something, huh? I thought it was just weird because of the font change, but no, now there's a second bar there for XP. So, if that's the way it works, then it's probably completely independent on, monsters that you kill. I mean, you know, plausibly some monsters give more XP than other monsters. I'm not saying that's not in the cards, but, yeah, fuck it. Give me the treasure at the start of the loop. That makes more sense to me. Yeah, I am merely saying that I don't think it's the trait that I receive is going to be based on... How do I want to do this? Maybe I'll do it this way. I don't think the trait is going to be based on the monsters I killed. It's taken a while to get used to this font, honestly. You know what? Change it back. Fuck. If I have trouble reading, that's my own fault, and people can just laugh at me for being a dummy. Don't laugh at the game, laugh at me. Always laugh at the streamer. Probably the best advice a streamer could give to anybody. Cemetery. Immediately after I consider removing it, here it is. This seems fair. I don't think that's too bad to slap. Because, like, skeletons rarely spawn anyways. Just an occasional encounter with a skeleton and a vampire seems okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, give me some sustain, I guess. It's not a lot of sustain, but... Okay, so healing and quest. Why wouldn't I put it right next to camp? I guess because I could get a full heal from the camp, and then the heal would be wasted, whereas if I put it some ways in, I'm probably always going to get the benefit of it. Huh. Yeah, that seems agreeable. Let's put it at least, like, a little bit in. Let's put it right there. And then this can be Spider Alley. Not a super great reason for why I'm holding on the mountains, but my idea is that I'll get more rocks, and then that'll make the mountains better when I place them. And also, now that I know it always tries to build mountain peaks from the top left to the bottom right, I only have to surround these tiles, and then I can get the max efficiency out of a mountain peak, I think. But maybe I'm a dummy, and still don't understand how it works. It's totally plausible. Entirely plausible. Oop. Fight me. Is there a good reason to have a road lantern out right now? How often do these spawn? Once a day? Yeah, I think it's probably a good idea to limit spiders' activeness, because they're crazy, dude. Blink your eye for half a second and everything is spider. Although, I don't know. I also like this synergy, like, I think that these things work really well with each other. Road Lantern Grove with, like, the Blood Grove or whatever it's called. And any other combat encounter. In this instance, I'm picking spiders, but it could be anything. Let's see. Better damage and regen and attack speed. Absolutely. And a shield when I don't have one. Seems like a good idea as well. Better defense, damage to all. Yeah, I think I'll take damage to all over evasion. 2 is so insignificant, though. I think I won't. Like, the defense stat for the damage avoidance is so high. Like, I know it's not a lot, but 8% is so much more meaningful than 2 damage. It's like, I mean, let me look at the HP on an enemy. But, it's so much higher. Did I just... Oh, I healed for going to the village, I see. Well, what quest did they give me? Quest goal! I guess they gave me a quest to kill slimes. That's funny. Yeah, but, like, I mean, I can do the math real quick. 2 HP. An extra 2 damage to all enemies. It's 2%. slightly more than 2% of the slime's max HP. I don't think that damage to all 2 is that significant of a stat compared to the 8% evasion I get. Being said, there are diminishing returns for stacking counter and evasion, depending on which triggers first. It's not that big of a deal, though. Like, whichever triggers second is going to be less effective than whatever triggers first. Like, when you have multiple damage avoidance stats, like, say I have... Let's pretend that evasion procs before counter, even though if I had to guess, it would probably prioritize the better one. Let's say that counter procs before evasion. If I have 50% chance to counter and 50% chance to evade, like, in a little pea-brain, you might think that's 100% chance to avoid damage, but it's actually just 75%. You have the 50% chance to avoid via counter, so then 50% of the time you're this is always harder to explain than I think it's going to be. If that 50% chance fails, which is another 50%, 50% of the time that you make it this far in the process, you're also not going to take damage, which means total effectiveness of your not getting hit stat is 75% chance. Sorry, you know, if I had the time to write it out on paper how I wanted to explain that, I could probably do a better job. Quest is already done, apparently. But when I'm impromptu deciding to explain how that works, apparently I don't do that great of a job. So I'm doing this because I want... Those tiles are already covered. I want to expand the range that my Blood Grove covers. So these 3 tiles will be covered, and then the other 3, or maybe just 2 tiles will be covered by another Blood Grove. Yeah, those 2 tiles. I think I'm planning the level significantly better than I was last time. Although I am immediately met with a fight with 3 enemies. I'm kind of smashing them, so I don't think I care that much. Yeah, my sustain and defense is just all around better this time. I do have a handful of meadows, but what are you gonna do? I don't think it makes sense to place another grove right now. I think I'm fine hodling on that one. And I'm just placing my mountains now. It seems like a good enough time to do so. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Because, like, I'm building the mountain peak out of this 3x3 there. And I just want to surround it with, like, rocks, probably. Though, I would, you know, take mountains as well. Pretty much just a strict upgrade than the rock. Most cases. Too many meadows. Far too many meadows. Is it just me, or is just, like, the overall pacing of this going so much slower than the last one? Like, I felt like I was getting so many enemy cards, and I was just using them whenever I got them, which is probably not the best idea. But yeah, I'll take, I lose 3% vampirism, but also get 7% counter and 2 damage to all. The 2 damage to all is, again, kind of insignificant, but it's only doing 1 to this guy, so there is, like, an invisible defense stat that enemies have. And he's literally healing entirely off of the vampirism. Oh, no. I'm doing a little bit of damage. Look at that. Teensy-weensy bit. Attack speed is kind of fun, the more you think about it, because it's not just increased damage. It's also increased damage to all, in a way. Which is basically the same thing. It's just more damage. I don't know. I know the regen is not that great, and the more I think about it, I'm like, the regen is not that great. Just take the extra damage here. 0.6 regen is nothing to write home about, and I'm having plenty of healing from other sources, too. Wait, where do I see my quest? I wanna... Can I look at that somewhere? Gives me a quest. Is my quest in here? I guess it's... I'll just figure it out. I'll eventually just figure out what my quest is. I do wish there was a little thingy somewhere that said it, but it's fine. I don't know what magic damage does. Like, that's the one stat with literally no explanation. I guess it is more damage, though, right? And now I have 2 villages. Poggy. Oh, and it spawned a bandit camp. Ouch. Spawns a bandit on an adjacent tile every 2 days. Bandits prefer villages. Makes sense. Appears for every 2 village tiles. Also makes sense. Masters of trading their poverty for someone else's life. Interesting phrasing. Interesting phrasing. Just on the offhand chance that that's a difficult encounter, I guess I'll plan to Bloodgrove it. And that's fine. I doubt it is a difficult encounter, but I wonder how quests work also. Like, I wonder if you can only have one quest active, or if I'll just stack both of them at the same time. Yo, what up? Gaming. Loop Hero's cool. You know, I don't know if it's the kind of thing you'd look at and be like, this isn't a game for me. But if you were thinking that, I'm here to tell you, I think it is a game for you. I think you'd like Loop Hero. Oh. So it didn't have a blood path until I put an additional battlefield. I wonder how that works. Like, I wonder if it paths to the battlefields? Or if it's only if they're, like, close to each other. Oh, you know what? It's the overlapping, area of effect. I think you'd like it. Like, it's kinda just, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's definitely more in-depth than, like, an idle game. But it's kinda just an idle game. That's a bit reductive. But I don't mean it in a reductive way. I'm just gonna spread these, pretty far apart. But like, you know, you just like, you auto-fight, like things just die. You don't really have to worry about combat. You get items that you slap on your boy, and, you play cards that, like, upgrade your character as well, and also upgrade the enemies, which is fun. It's a fun little shindig. The whole family can get together with this one. Like, I mean, you know, the cards aren't complicated. It just, you place a meadow on your board, and it heals 2 HP at the start of each day. There's like a day-night cycle here. But, like, what's going on? Literally nothing right now. Like, I just placed some mountain cards, because mountains give you extra HP, and they give you, well, specifically mountains give you more HP when you place them next to other mountains or rocks. So that's what I did. I just placed them next to them. But as for the board, like, you don't need to worry too much about the board. This is just my current board state because I've, like, placed a lot of things already. But it introduces new mechanics to you slowly, so you're not going to get overwhelmed or anything. Alright, yeah, I do think I want the vampirism. Like, it's seriously just, like, I'm not going to say it's an ARPG either, because that, you know, ARPG has a very specific set of mechanics that go along with it, but, you know, if you have literally any enjoyment playing Path of Exile, which I know you do to some degree, you just, like, have fun looking at items and being like, yeah, that item's better, equip, and you're done. Your character continues to fight with its newly found better equipment. Now, there is a little bit of depth with how you play the cards, but, you know, I've only just discovered some of that myself. Like, you don't need to play the game like this, and if you look at the last run I did, it was fucking horrible! And I did, like, a really bad job of planning. So I almost died very, very quickly. But right now, I feel like I did a much better job of planning. And, see, I got the spider cocoon, but next to the spider cocoon, I have a road lantern, 2 of them, in fact, that fully cover the area the spiders can spawn in. Because spiders can spawn on any of these tiles here. And road lanterns minimize the amount of things that can spawn on these tiles, so I do want the game to be harder, because the harder it is, the more equipment I get, but I don't want it to be too hard, because then I'll just die. So I'm minimizing it a bit with the road lanterns. And then I also space these groves out, so if I ever get the right card, which I just haven't gotten the right card yet, I can place, like a blood grove, or whatever the card is called, which makes it so that enemies affected by the blood grove in the area die when they're at 15% of their HP instead of 0% of their HP. And presumably something bad happens after a while, but I have never seen the negative effect of blood grove, so I imagine there is no negative effect. That's how I like to live my life. But yeah, I really don't think it's that difficult once you start, you know, playing with the mechanics a little bit. You learn it pretty fast. It's not that hard to pick up, I don't think. Especially the way the game introduces the mechanics is very simple. Also, what's that? Is that a quest? Is this the quest menu? Wait, oh, I leveled up! Which again, like, that's another mechanic on top of the already existing mechanics I just explained, but I had to unlock the ability to level up. You don't start out the game with a level up mechanic. Choose a new trait. Survivalist. If your HP drops below 30%, regeneration is doubled. I do like regen. Surveyor. Plus 0.5 times loop HP for an adjacent... Okay. This one's a little dense. Plus 0.5 times loop HP for an adjacent roadside tile while passing a tile. I'm trying really hard to pick apart what this means. So, assuming I'm on loop 4, that would give me 2 HP for an adjacent roadside tile while passing a tile. I do not know what this means at all. I really tried to understand. Does that mean that the tiles that you place next to the road, is that what adjacent roadside tile means? Does that mean that every single time I pass, like, a battlefield, I get, like, 2 HP here, 2 HP here, or maybe 4 HP here since there's 2 of them. 4 HP here, 2 HP here, 2 HP... I think that's what that means. And if that's the case, that seems pretty good. Shield Master. 10% chance upon hit of stunning target for 1 second. No. It's like by far the worst option of all of these. 10% chance upon hit? So first off, hit implies that I'm actually taking damage. Meaning, if I evade it or counter it, I don't think it procs. And even then, it's a 10% chance for 1 second of a stun? I think I'm taking Surveyor. Survivalist actually scales as I progress through the game. Well, actually, no. Surveyor scales as well. It scales based on the loop. Yeah, I think Surveyor. And if I want to be a coward, I can just place road lamps everywhere and not even place things that make the game harder, like battlefields and vampire houses, or whatever they're called. I like Surveyor. And it doesn't require me to be low on HP. Well, I usually am low on HP just because it's very hard to recover to max HP in this game. At least with my current healing abilities, but yeah, let's not dwell on it for too long. I think Surveyor. After picking it apart for a really long time, I think Surveyor is the best option. But I did have to think. I hate thinking. Yeah, I don't know. Oh! It gives you a little indication on the monster what quest you have. That's nice. So that's my quest enemy. I guess it just randomly picks an enemy on the board as your quest enemy. That makes way more sense, honestly, than the way I would have implemented it. So, good on the devs for that one. That's a really simple way of doing it. Bloodgrove! He's done it. Okay. So, finally, I'm making this combat encounter easier in that area. I've been trying to do that for a while. And I got another Grove. Like, whenever I get the option to, I might as well try and make combat encounters easier. So that seems like a fair place to put a Grove. I also could have placed it here. That would have been fair. But I don't have another Blood Grove anyway, so it's kind of meaningless banter. But that's like, really, that's what streams are all about. If you can't get the most out of meaningless banter, get off of twitch.tv now. GIF of that guy who, like, points and then points down. Ooh. No, I need some sustain. Like, I do like 16% counter. It's pretty high, but I don't think it's worth it there. This one's also kind of a hard pick, but I think that's also worth it. Had to think. Just, I hate vampirism, man. Like, I know it's working for me. I am healing. Like, it's not like vampirism is doing nothing. It's just I feel like regen is a simply better stat. Despite vampirism scaling with your own damage. Maybe I just, like, don't get damage upgrades as much as other people do. But I feel like regen is slept on, and vampirism is overplayed. Don't sleep on regen. That being said, an additional 4 defense. I think you know, don't sleep on damage avoidance either. I know I literally, like, within the last 30 minutes, shat on damage avoidance, but I'll take 12% counter over, what was it, like 7% vampirism? It's pretty non-meaningful. This is a damage upgrade. So let's start there. It's a evasion downgrade, and yeah, I don't think the damage is worth the downgrades of the other stats there. Stop giving me equipment I have to think about. I just want to watch my guy swing his sword. That's what the bread and butter of the game is. Although I really have gotten pretty shitty equipment this time around, which makes me feel good about how well I'm doing. Because if my equipment is this trash, and it kind of is. Okay, so now I have no idea how good the defense stat is, but I see that these motherfuckers just hit me with 4 damage each. So I have to imagine defense is pretty strong. I'm actually going to take raw defense over the magic damage and the counter in this case. Even though I did just get a counter proc there. 19% total counter is not bad. But that's still me taking damage 81% of the time. And I was very upset to see that I seem to be taking the same amount of damage. Maybe defense is actually balanced in this game. I just always assume that games don't balance defense very well. My own fault. Oh, is the quest enemy actually stronger? That's cool. Is it cool? Yeah, that's cool. It's not bad. I don't think it detracts from the game at all. Yeah, let's place Vampire here. Because it's very rare that more than one enemy is going to be on this tile. It's just going to be the single skeleton for the most part. Spiders... kind of getting flooded with enemies over here, and I just want more blood groves, but they're not giving them to me. Let's get the meadows going now that I have a treasury, which is another, like, meta thing. Like, you don't need to wait until you get a treasury to play your meadows. But I want to get the most out of my treasuries immediately, so I just fucking farm. Oh, they do give you equipment and shit. And then delete the treasury afterwards. Which is like, I don't know, that's like a very meta kind of play. But I'm just a meta kind of guy, what can I say? Bars? Yeah, I think I'm obviously losing like a solid 100 HP here, but not just the defense, but the regen is the main stat I care about there. It's not bad regen. And that's a pretty bad weapon. So, continue. Although, I don't want to play these spiders yet. I'm just going to hold. I'm going to hold on the spiders. I need more blood groves. Like, I've gotten so many groves, but I can't actually use what I wanted to use them for. That's juice. Like, that's raw fuel. It might seem silly to get rid of 10% evasion and 6% vampirism, but the damage to all is, you know, it's gonna carry this fight, I guess, is one way of putting it. Made it so I one-hit those other two enemies after two hitting the first one. Another village is actually super welcome, though. You know what, I haven't even been paying attention to if Surveyor actually means what I think it means. I have to guess that it does, but... you know, I guess I can't know that for fact. Do I just want to, like, juice up the village? It's not going to spawn another bandit camp. So I think that's fine. And... no, see, that's scary. Because a bandit camp is likely to be placed near these villages, which would, turbo juice them. Maybe I'm just okay with something like this? I know it peeks into that corner, which I don't really want, but I think that's okay. Just one extra corner I need to be careful about. And I can place a cemetery there and get the benefit I was looking for. So, works out. Works out. Still not going to place the spiders yet. Would like to place a road lamp here. I'm thankful that the other enemy that spawned was a slime and not an additional goblin. One more rock or mountain, and I got my mountain peak finished. Which I'm very curious, by the way, since the increased HP that you get is based on when you place the mountain or rock. I wonder if I could kind of do the same thing I do with the treasury and, like, get the benefit from the mountain when I place it and then obliviate it afterwards. It's worth testing. It could completely fuck over my, entire thing I've got going here, but it also could be very cool. I shouldn't play that in case I get a rock. Bandit. Hey, I don't remember you. You don't look like a local... wow. Not from around here, huh? That's what you're gonna hit me with? That's because I'm not. I see. And you think you can just wander into these parts without consequences. Times are rough, you know. Nothing to bite, nothing to wet one's whistle. They really are. Like, I don't really see this as a cowboy, but he's talking exactly like a cowboy. And we have to deal with the strangers who have no sympathy for our poverty. What? I think you... oh, think you're better than us? No, I can't even read. Did I guess right? Is this the correct answer? Because I'm getting the impression this is one of those cases where any answer has zero influence on what happens next. That was me. That was me when I talked about what happened last night. That was me. Well, you've got insight. And it's the only thing you will keep today. Oh, alright. That's kind of cool that you keep your insight in the afterlife, is the implication there. Good to know. Honestly, helpful guy. They're not particularly strong. They're not that good. I don't know why I expected that much out of them. Come to think of it, murderers and thieves are part of this world too. If my mission is to return everything back to normal, should I be happy they're appearing again? He's gonna be the #1 primate. He's the #1 primate high schooler, dude. On the other hand, being disgusted with murder and theft is also part of this world, so I guess I don't owe it to anyone to be happy. Senku! Redeemed. Redeemed himself. My ring is really fucking bad, huh? I guess I didn't realize just how bad all of my equipment is, which again makes me feel good about how well this has been going. I tried to look if Surveyor procced there. It's hard to tell what Surveyor is actually doing, or when it's working. Maybe it's not working. Maybe I, after reading it like 5 times, still didn't understand what it meant. It's possible. No thank you? No thank you? Oh, okay, wait. I can do this now. So... ba-bam. 707. That did less than I thought it would. In fact, what? The mountain peak on its own is supposed to give me 120 extra HP. And 5 HP for each adjacent mountain and rock tile? I don't think that's what that did. Let me see how this works. No. Okay. So... it's kind of inconsistent. I don't really like that, honestly. Because for mountains and rocks, the adjacency bonus they give you is when you place it. But now I'm just realizing that it's the exact opposite for a mountain peak. You get the benefit after it's placed. Because I got the extra 5 HP when I just placed that mountain there. Not the hugest fan of that, but I guess now I understand how it works. I know I'm ruining the benefit of this. Well, actually, no, I am ruining the benefit, because it gives you 120 HP just for existing. So I should probably keep it alive, even though it spawns harpies. Right? Am I going to lose a lot of HP when I destroy this? I have to test it. The answer was yes, but my HP did something weird there. That was strange. I wonder if I can make an additional mountain peak. Farm infinite HP at the cost of infinite Oblivion cards. No problem, right? And yeah, sure, let's just juice up this entire path with blood. That seems like a very smart and good idea. And it's... okay, no, that is just a grove. It looked like it was also being affected by the blood. Which it kind of, I don't know, it kind of does look like it is. But maybe that's just, no, groves always have that dark path in it. Okay. I think it is just the overlapping tiles like I thought it was. And I definitely don't want to slap vampires there. I think I'm going to hold off on all my other cards right now. Including the meadow. Even though I filled in the, you know what, I'm going to fill in the middle spot. It bothers me. It does bother me. There, I said it. I'm bothered. Would I rather have it here or here? They're both the exact same, I just now realized. It's literally the exact same setup. I would probably rather have it here, though. Still no blood groves. Not a single blood grove to speak of. Hate to see it. I did get a blood clot. Maybe there's a higher chance for blood clots to drop blood grove cards? Nope, not at all. Not at all. Oh, was there a ghost there? I think there was. I heard the ghost noise. Ooh, level 5. Oh, hey! It's actually just better defense because it has the secondary defense modifier. As well as damage to all. Cool. I'll take it. I had to think about it, though. Shields that make your brain go, I'm getting, like, higher level equipment than I used to be. 1 defense versus 2 damage to all. In that case, I think I'll take the damage to all. Even though it is kind of insignificant. 16% attack speed is good, don't get me wrong, but I think I would rather have a 20% chance to not take damage. That's just me. Alright, let's see. Does it recreate? It does. I kind of can just farm materials by doing that, then. That's funny. I might consider keeping that as an option, but it seems like a silly thing to bank on without a mountain to replace it, at the very least. I don't know, maybe I am just farming infinite HP by doing that? It's so weird how it works. Like, the only thing I could say is kind of arbitrary, kind of inconsistent, kind of confusing. It's not super apparent what is triggering the stats. Oh, Mimic. That's why a vampire spawned. Or maybe a vampire would have spawned even if it was just a chest, I don't know. Are Mimics... really? They're not artificial? I would for sure think that a Mimic was an artificial enemy. Oh well. No, it's gonna take a lot for me to want to switch off of 7 damage to all. Although, I gotta be honest, better damage and 16% counter is kind of pulling me in. Oh, and I leveled up! Poggy. Poggy Woggy. Oh, I was gonna say, are the other two the same and only the one I took is swapped? But no, I just happened to get the same one again. Dominant Mass. Damage is increased by 20% of defense value. So, like 4.75 extra damage. If I did math right, which is rare, so probably didn't. 35% chance to perform a counterattack during an evade. That's not as good as it sounds. That just means that if my evasion stat was good, which it's not, it also has the effect of counter, which is a free attack, I assume. I don't even have, like, any regen, right? It's there. It's not great, but it's there. And I do respect regen. I mean, defense is going to scale up, don't get me wrong. But, I don't know, man. At the rate that defense has been scaling up, this is just like an extra 4 to... Maybe if it gets really good, this could be like 10 extra damage, but... I don't see it happening anytime soon. Although 10 damage is pretty meaningful. I think I would rather just have Survivalists. Some of these perks don't seem particularly great. Material farming. It works! It works! I'm getting Metamorphosis. I think that's the thing I'm picking up there. Village. This is going to spawn a bandit camp. I am okay with that. It doubled up over here, which honestly, that's probably the best circumstance because I already have like a Blood Grove set up for that kind of meme. Yeah, can't really complain. I think I'm gonna hold on everything else though. I really want another treasury to get these meadows out of my... I got way too many spider cocoons also. Which I should consider as, like, kind of a good thing, right? Because spider cocoons are also healing me. Not by a lot, but assuming I know what Surveyor does, then it seems like a good idea to place more spider cocoons than cemeteries, for example. I just kind of have the cemeteries lying around because I have nothing really better to do for vampires, because, like, I don't want too many vampires, because I do think that vampires are the hardest enemy type since they make the combat encounters harder. Yes. This is an incredibly good ring. Serious hit to my counter stat, but that is a ridiculously good ring that I'm probably going to hold on for a really, really long time. Oh, did that yeet one of my cards there? I heard a sound effect that I don't think I've heard before. I wasn't really paying attention. I think it did delete one of my cards over there, which honestly, yeah, I'm kind of glad. Like, can I shuffle these? No, you can't. But I'm fine with that. Like, if I delete a Vampire Mansion and a Spider Cocoon, I know I was just talking about how I should place more, but I was lying to myself to make myself feel better. I'm, like, completely okay with not placing more spider cocoons right now. I'll place the rocks. I'll do that free of charge. I like the mechanic that certain things just pop up kind of out of your control. Like, it is completely within your own control. If you don't want to see goblins, you don't have to place mountains, but I like that effect of an enemy encampment being spawned randomly. Because otherwise, if you had full control over planning, you can make the encounters incredibly easy with, like, very little risk, but still get tons of reward. The random element shuffles it up. I'm, like, doing much worse here. I'm actually starting to get hit quite a bit. Bars. Okay, so I lose a lot of defense here, but given my last exchange where I, like, basically doubled my defense and it didn't really do that much for me, I think I am going to value counter higher than defense in this situation. Especially because I didn't take the thing that gives me more damage for defense. I feel okay sacrificing that there. Another quest monster immediately afterwards. The quests are kind of dangerous, man. They're kind of dangerous. They make the enemies really hard. Damage to all, defense, evasion. Like, I definitely should be considering more max HP, but I don't think that's the one for me. And yeah, I'm not gonna get rid of my amazing ring. I ruined my amazing ring, my beautiful ring. Got glow stick juice all over it. I mean, this is a situation where I'm glad to have the damage to all here. Why are they healing? Why are they healing? It's healing! That motherfucker's healing! Why is his bar going up? Excuse me? But I'm glad to have the damage to all in that circumstance, because, I happened to automatically target the quest monster first. Which meant that it was gonna take a while before I got around to the weaker enemy. So making sure I do understand that rocks and mountains only give you their HP as you place it. The amount of HP I get from this rock should be 2 plus 6. So that's 8. It's 8 HP. It's not what happened. What was I at? I was at... I think it was less than 8 somehow. Was it only 6? Did it only count the up and down? Maybe adjacent doesn't include diagonals. I don't fucking know anymore. I think it was less than 8, though. I don't know. I honestly, maybe it was more than 8. I didn't pay as much attention to the number as I should have. If I had better vampirism, I would care about doing more damage, but I literally have 0 vampirism, so I find it hard to care. Yeah, I can sit on these cards right now. Okay, my damage to all stat is... Why am I doing not as much damage as I think I should be? My damage to all is... Oh, it is only 5. Fuck. When did I get rid of so much of it? No. No! Fucking pause. God damn it, I'm gonna die. I need this village immediately. Yeah, go ahead and... Honestly, go ahead and drop it, like, right in front of me right now, because I kind of need it. Okay, so it does just start deleting cards behind you. Fuck it, I guess I am just gonna place a few meadows, even though they are turbo trash-ass garbage. There you go. I do get some effect out of them. It's just not very good. You think meadows count as a... like a surveyor proc? Like if I place... Oh, I can't place them next to the loop. Never mind. Ignore me. So this should only give me 10 HP? It's either going to give me 10 or 20. Huh? It gave me 15? Am I going crazy? Why? I'm so obviously missing something here, but, like, what? What am I missing? It just doesn't make any sense that it gave me 15. What? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Plus 5 HP for each adjacent... Like, it's not even just that it's including... or not including diagonals. Like, the implication here is that it included one of the diagonals, but not the other. I straight up have no clue how that's working. Let's try it again. This should give me 10. But maybe it's just gonna give me 15, because it thinks it's funny. I think it gave me 15 again, and that's honestly... I'm mad. I don't get it. I straight up don't get it. Maybe it gave... I wasn't paying attention to the numbers. Oh well. Who fucking knows, man? Okay, villages are dangerous, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe the monster's not that much stronger, it just has a lot more HP, which makes the fights last longer, which is not super great when it gets enraged, but thanks for the quest and XP, I guess. Thank you. Thanks. I mean, I still got a pretty good counter stat, and it's working decently. Like, I'm getting a lot of counter procs here. I'm also going to die, though. Why am I not getting any stronger? Regen doubled! Let's go! Woo! He's doing it. He's really doing it. We're all so proud of him. Oh, this is where I die. I feel like I kind of got blown out by my cards. Like, I feel like my card luck was just not there, unfortunately. I'm so fucking dead. These guys aren't dying at all. The fucking champion is just shredding. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I guess I will lose all of that. I guess, hey, I should have Oblivioned that tile. I had the option of maybe saving myself till I got to the loop, but god damn it, dude. It's not a good feeling on that one. Like, I felt like I planned it so well, but then it just stopped going well. Both because I got, like, I had a couple of pretty good equipment pieces towards the end there, but for a long time I had no good equipment. And I just straight up never got more than a single Blood Grove. Like, a lot of the strategy for how I planned that placement on everything was surrounding the Blood Grove, and it just they didn't show up. On top of that, I just don't understand mountains, I guess. Like, it just seems completely fucking random how they work. I just don't get the mountains at all. It's so inconsistent and, like, not transparent how it works at all. I'm alive? But how? Thanks to us. A small group of us dragged you here. It wasn't easy. How can you fight all those monsters? They nearly killed me. It's also interesting. Many of them vanished right before our eyes. Some we managed to avoid, but I think most of the beasts were gone even before we left the camp. I think your trips are deeply connected to your memories, my friend. Everything falls apart as soon as you're unconscious. Makes sense. Anything I can do? Anything cool? Absolutely nothing. Nothing cool. I can do literally... Oh, no, I can make a herbalist hut. Which, hey, you know, more sustain makes me a happy main. Oh, it's a miracle that... Okay, I'm not gonna keep that voice up. Do I... I'm not going to... It's a miracle that we could find some fertile soil, and that we were able to save some seeds of precious healing herbs. But the real miracle... I gave this lady a normal voice. I think she's a lady. I think. I just gave her a normal voice because I didn't start doing voices until later, unfortunately. Fortunately for me, though, because doing too many voices is both cringe and hurts my throat after a while. But you know what? Cringe is... It's part of the stream experience, I think. The real miracle... By the way, I'm fucking... Speaking of cringe, kind of cringe how hot it is in my room right now. The real miracle is that all these healing poultices, hate that word, and bombs still have any effect. We've already lost many people because of the cataclysm. It would be nice to not lose more to disease. And these potions can also help you. Take a bottle or two on your trip and your chances of getting back unharmed will be much higher. You don't know how to feel about this? That your boyfriend is actually a little old lady? And kind of a mix between Mickey Mouse and a goblin? Alright, so we already know what the Herbalist Hut does, I think. Oh, but I did get the Swamp card! Let's go. Swamp? I think I'm gonna do one more run. And it better fucking go well, because honestly, I'm pissed. I'm pissed at how that one fell apart. Alright, Swamp. The stench is murderous, or maybe it's the poison. Spawns a mosquito every 3 days. All healing effects are lethal here, except for the potions. They are still on your side. Why the fuck would I ever want this tile? Huh? It just makes my healing effects damage me? Huh? I don't get it. Oh, I do get it! I guess the implication is that you play vampires next to it, and then the vampires hurt themselves with their own healing. But, like, I also hurt myself with my own healing? I don't know. That doesn't seem like that trade is worth it. At all. I don't know about that one. I'm turning off cemeteries now that I understand how the gymnasium works. I need to turn some of these motherfuckers off, too. I kind of don't... why? Why would I have a vampire in my life? Why? Why would I? Why should I? Fuck vampires. They seem all around not fun. to my journey. Alright, so I'm literally only going to be fighting spiders, rat wolves. That's it. Blood clots, mimics, goblins, bandits, and harpies. Not gargoyles, because I'm just going to delete them. That seems fair. Yeah. Maybe all of the equipment I get is going to be significantly worse because of the lack of harder fights, but hey, I'm totally okay with that. Honestly, I think more survival is probably more important than better equipment. So I start with 2. It's just my maximum amount is 3. When it said you start with 3, I thought that meant like I start with 3, but I probably misread it. Magic damage and attack speed, sure. Sure. Makes sense to me. Yeah, max HP is fine. But, yeah, I like the heals. That's nice. 4% is, like, really pathetic, though. 4% when your life is in danger. Oh, so I don't have to select it? Really? I thought I would have had to click on it to use it. But I guess it's just like a Zelda fairy. Fuck vampirism. Don't ever talk to me about vampirism. Worst stat in the game. I mean, I usually use groves to make other encounters harder, or easier, sorry. Exact opposite. I'll just bank on putting some encounters in this area. I don't have spiders. No, I do have spiders. Yeah, this makes sense. I did keep spiders. That's right. Okay. Slam down some rocks. With ambiguous amount of returns for some reason. Gonna hold on to the mountains? I don't know. Is it the right idea to hold on to the mountain? I straight up don't know how it works anymore. I thought I had a good understanding of it, but apparently not. Yeah. I'll take the regen and the counter over the magic damage. Thank you. Thank you very kindly. Oh, I should place down the village. My bad. Wasn't thinking straight with that one. There you go. Both of those. Oh, wait. I was going to say both of those are garbage, which is true, but any shield is better than no shield, so. This was the perfect opportunity to see how much stronger the quest enemies are than the normal enemies. And I whiffed. I think it's only the HP stat that changes, though. It looks like it's just like, I don't know, 2 times HP, maybe. Yeah, I killed the other one in like 6 hits. I killed that one in 3 hits. I think that it's just like 2 times HP. Oh, fuck. I'm doing it wrong again. Again! I'm not supposed to be starting with the outside edge. You know what? Just leave those rocks there forever, and I can forget that I placed them. I'll make a better rock outcrop over here. And this is where I'm going to try and spawn the mountain peak. Hopefully. Again, I'm still kind of confused on what exactly makes a mountain peak. I'm hoping that it's just any 3x3 of rocks and mountains. Maybe the mountain in the middle is actually important? I don't know. Wow, what if you were a vampire? Sorry, that message has been there for a while. But I ignored you, just like I ignored the vampires. See, monsters do have ambiguous stats. That dude evaded me. I wasn't 100% sure if it was the monster that evaded me earlier, or if it was, me just misreading the screen and I actually evaded. But no, monster, like the rat wolf, 100% evaded me there. That motherfucker. How could he do this to me? Yeah, this is fine. I'm fine with this. I can have 2 cocoons here. Like, decent distribution. Decent spread. I'm not gonna continue what I was going to follow it up with. I would never say decent spread on that spider ass. I would never say that. So this is guaranteed to spawn bandits here, which is fine. I'm totally fine with bandits coming into what is already affected by a... Oh, okay. What is already affected by a blood grove. God, I got scared. I was like, wait a second. Wait a second. That's not a blood grove. I found it. I might be stupid, but I'm also dumb. I'm scared. I feel like there's not enough mountains there to be a mountain peak in case that actually matters. I don't think it does matter, but I don't want to whiff on the opportunity. Fuck it, let's just experiment. If I get more rocks, I get more rocks, and the world goes round. Or something like that. Ooh, treasure. Magic damage, defense. Why you gotta make it hard on me? I don't really respect these stats, but the total stat value is probably higher than the one I have, so fine. Go ahead. Okay, there's some mountains. Now we're cooking with mountains. Now we're cooking with mountains. Alright. Let's get this party started. Thank you. I was very concerned that wasn't going to turn into what I wanted it to. Oh, yeah, sure. Might as well get this started here. Oop. You think there's other crazy things I can do with these? I haven't really tested what happens when I put a rock here. Let's see what happens. What? It did something? It didn't do something? Never mind. Okay, well, now I know. Now I know. Well, let's try it with a mountain. Yeah, it didn't do anything. Alright, so only meadows get affected by that. Weird. Kinda weird, bro. And I do have the Oblivion available immediately. Oops. So, let's take advantage of it. Alright, I could also... Oh, wait! You can Blood Grove on Blood Groves? That's new tech. I never considered that. Again, I don't think it'll stack, but you know what? It's experimentation. Hungry Grove! Oops! Okay. Well, hey, I didn't experiment the way I expected to experiment, but... What?! Meadows just do better when you place them next to anything that's not a meadow? Okay. That's actually... Flowers get a feel for the world. It all makes sense now. They just want to grab onto something that's not another cringe-ass meadow. I can totally relate. But yeah, I experimented in a way I wasn't trying to. A blood grove that has lost its connection with the forest, in constant agony because of its irrational existence. Occasionally attacks the hero, 14 damage. Devours... Okay. I like what you're doing there, but instead I'm just gonna bring you back to reality. So you can upgrade it, and I wonder if you can, like, push it even further beyond and make, like, a fucking starving grove. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. Because I extended that, I'm fine placing another spider here. I know it's not getting complete effectiveness, but fuck it, you know? Fuck it. Probably would have been better if I placed the grove here and the blood grove here, but whatever. Like I said, whatever. Don't care, whatever. Stop adding me. Literally don't care. You're just embarrassing yourself. Oh, I've got equipment that I haven't paid attention to. That sounds like me. Defense damage to all, defense, and counter. Alright, defense damage to all, defense, and counter. So, do I want more defense or more counter? Probably more counter. Because 4% is kind of a big deal. Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal around here. There you go. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say upgrade those meadows. I guess it only works one way. When you place the meadows. It's just, I don't know, like, the game is very, very specific about those kinds of rules. Like, yeah, now that I know that you have to place the thing before you place the meadow, like, I'll get over it, but it is kind of like, why are you so picky? Why are you so picky about order? I guess order is, like, typically a thing. Oh, never mind, it did upgrade them. Never mind, ignore my issues. I still think that order is a little bit annoying with the mountains and mountain peaks. It seems to be very specific for when you place them, but it's also not that big of a deal. It's fine. I just don't understand it. This is the biggest frustration surrounding it, but maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll understand. I still also don't understand why, Never mind. I was gonna make a joke, but it's the kind of joke that I just shouldn't. It wasn't like an offensive joke, it's just not very funny. So I'll pass on it. But, no, I just don't understand why mountains work the way they do. I haven't gotten a grasp for it. I thought I did, but I really don't. I very clearly do not understand them still. Rage. What? Is that me leveling up? It must be. And I somehow never noticed the sound effect or the symbol for it. Blade of Dawn. Every morning, the hero's sword is filled with sunlight, causing its next attack to deal 2 times damage to all. How many times does it, like, go through a day-night cycle during a loop? It seems to go pretty fast, actually. First off, swap that out. Secondly, swap that out? I'll take both of those upgrades. But let me get a real good feel for the day-night cycle. Yeah, it's like going pretty damn fast, honestly. Immediately have to think about my ring again? Nah, I don't think so. It's not horrible. I think you would probably encounter this every, like, 3 to 4 fights, maybe, but let me see the other things. The hero leaves 10% of his findings, and oh, you know what? I think I need to min-max my potions. If I can manually decide to use them, which I think I can. I should be making sure I use 2 potions before I pass go. The hero leaves 10% of his findings in a camp when passing through a campfire tile. In a camp. Why a camp? Why not say in the camp? That's weird. Okay. 10%? That's cowardice. That's like saying you're definitely going to die. And I don't respect that. I think the Blade of Dawn is actually the best choice there. Let me see. Can I heal? Oh, I can't? Nope. Never mind. You can't min-max your potions. Probably for the best. Also, that effect is sick, so I'm glad I took it. Probably for the best that you can't min-max your potions, because that would just be some mindless tedium to constantly have to remember to do that. No, I'll pass on the extra defense there, but I'll take the free extra HP. Yikes. These combat encounters, not so friendly when you have negative damage to all. It's actually just 2. Quest done, though. Thank God. Thank God we finally got that quest in. I lose the damage to all that I have, which is insignificant. I lose too much defense there. Which sucks, because I would love to take you up on that offer, but... First Road Lantern. I feel like so many things, at least with the Warrior, maybe it is different with other classes, but so many things are anti-synergies with the beacon that makes you move and attack faster. Alright, mountains I'm gonna keep placing here. But I think there's a good case that I might want to place, like, rocks just randomly so I can get meadows going. Like, rock here, more meadows, you know? Or is this the bottom of the screen? I guess that's the bottom of the screen. Never mind, that is never going to become a meadow. My bad. I mean, I could place a rock there. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's not max efficiency, but I can live with that. Alternating like this. It's kind of awkward and clunky, but it does get the job done. I should be placing these groves, huh? Just to, like, get more enemies. Anyways. Like, even though I'm not using them for the, I think I would rather have a blood grove here that affects the whole area and spiders on the outside. Or... Nah. Place, like, a road lantern here and a road lantern here. And that covers basically everything. That does bank on me getting another road lantern, but it's pretty likely. It's fairly likely. I love the... Yeah, that's a good animation, dude. I love the animation on that. I want to make sure that I recognize when it's next going to happen, because I want to play it even slower, frame by frame, and just really feel the juice. Ta-da! Ooh, and I did get a blood grove. Yes, this is the damage to all weapon. The look of the weapon seems to be based on the modifiers that go with it. More or less, sometimes. Like, that's always got vampirism on it. This, in my experience, has always had damage to all. The axe has defense. Never mind, it has no modifiers because it's normal rarity. Whoopsies. I would assume that this shield to the right of me has evasion on it. Counter, exactly what I said. Yeah, take the slight damage downgrade and variance to get damage upgrade to everything. Cool. Very cool. And legal. And goblins. Alright. I should place the mountain over there. Let me pause so I remember to do that. Mountain should go here. Bloodgrove should go here. And meadow. Yeah, let's just keep chunking in this area. Why not? Keep chunking. This isn't the most optimal pattern, but I'll work on it. I'll work on it. Need to work on my space filling patterns. No! I saw the effect on my character and I was like, what is that? But didn't get it in time to get the animation. Okay, this is better. And then I would need one here as well. That's a better space filling pattern. that gets the most out of the meadow and the least out of the rocks. Ah, no! Dude, it's actually happening way more often. I didn't realize it goes up during combat, for one. Okay, this is a fucked up fight. For one. For two, I think I might actually value Vampirism. Hey, Vampirism kind of stacks with that level ability I got. And I do get extra defense. And attack speed, why not? Sure. But yeah, assuming I get the Vampirism from everything hit with the level ability that I have, it's not bad. It's not bad. Attack speed, though. Just raw attack speed. I think I'll take the sustain. Especially because I already have attack speed on the other one. Okay, I'm keeping an eye out, because I want to slow the animation down. I really do. Hey, I'm just healing? I'm just healing. Why is it... What counts as when my life is in danger? I wouldn't expect it to proc here. It's not like I was going to die. My dude just decided to slurp. I guess he was thirsty. Just raw-ass defense. I don't think it's horrible. Again, I just don't know how effective the defense stat is. Please kill this guy before it becomes the next day! Thank you, because I saw there was a multi-enemy fight coming up next. Yes! Okay, here we go. Frame by frame. Can we get the frame data on this attack, please? Oh! Ah! God damn it, dude! As soon as it came out, I fucking stuttered with my mouse and didn't get it. I did get a big fat heal off of that, though, so... The heal do be juicy. Let's see. I only have one Road Lantern active, and it's currently not covering the square with the most enemies. Disgusting. Yeah, let's go ahead and tell one of those guys to get deleted, I guess. Speaking of deleted, YouTube recommended me a, like, maybe one of the worst Minecraft videos I've ever seen. This is where I want the... No? Is this where I want... If I'm going to place it in the pattern, let's see. I would have a rock here. Which means the next rock would be here. And I could keep the pattern. No, because I'm going to have to place... No, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Is it? Yeah, no, that's fine. Is it, though? Yes. Yeah. And I can place meadows all around that, and it's fine. And that would be a rock. Yes. Okay. Cool. I'm glad we all agree. Yeah, I had, like, maybe the worst Minecraft video I've ever seen recommended to me. Like, I clicked on it because it, you know, it had an appealing title, and it had, you know, an outrageous thumbnail. That made me think the video would be worth looking into, but it was actually just kind of garbage. I'll talk about that after the Flesh Golem. That's a lot of damage. He does attack very slowly, though. I hate to not have... Oh, and it's not affected by the Blood Grove, because it is the Blood Grove. Ooh, this is where I die. This is 100% where I die. Alright, Blood Grove, turns out, not actually cool. Not cool. Do not build your entire run around Blood Groves, because literally one of... Oh, never mind. I was doing damage to all. Okay. I thought I was attacking that monster, and that monster was taking 4 damage, but that was my damage to all. Whoops. Okay, that's fine. I'm a little scatterbrained here, because I just got so many items, and I still want to finish my discussion on that Minecraft video, but I think that's garbage, compared to the sustain I have off of my current ring. I mean, it's not garbage, but it does suck, so... Yeah, I lose the damage to all, but honestly, the damage to all stat isn't even that good on this mace, so fuck it. More regen? Yeah, more regen, though? I think, makes sense to more people than just me. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think I'd take additional regen. Maybe I'm stacking too much. No, I think I want some vampirism, and that's a really good amount of vampirism for just the shield. When I have, like, the AoE splash damage every start of the day, I think it's fine to have a little bit of amp in your life. I hate seeing things like this. I should have put a road lantern here, too. It's just no fun. I know I can delete it, and I might delete it. But let's see what I level up into. Every counterattack restores 1.5 times loop HP. I mean, I could build towards that, or I could just take Surveyor and get, like, free HP. Deals you a full hand of Oblivion cards. From now on, using Oblivion cards heals hero by 10% of their max HP. I guess that's cool. I guess that's cool. I already have one in my hand, too. Not that that matters. My hand is empty, so this is like a decent time to do this. You don't get Oblivion cards that often, though. It feels like it's a rarer card draw. Which I didn't even think about, is that when you're picking your cards at, like, the deck building screen, does it have them separated into the tiers of rarity? Because I never thought about that. I think it does, though. I think I'm just gonna take Surveyor. I know it's, like, probably not the right decision, but I am also stupid, so forgive me. Oh, and I made that grove hungry because it also deletes the grove that was there. Oops, my bad. But yeah, the Minecraft the thumbnail of the Minecraft video showed a... Ooh, and it's daytime. Good timing. Showed the new moss block, I think it's called. What a waste. What a fucking whiff on that AoE. It showed the new moss block tile, and I think the title of the video was like, the new moss block is ridiculously overpowered. Which, the point they got to at the end, yeah. Like, that's a pretty cool thing that the moss block does, but honestly, I think that's probably subject to change. The fact that moss blocks can delete bedrock. I have a feeling they may change that, but maybe they have it there on purpose. They literally have it, like, set in hard code, like, what blocks the moss blocks can replace, which means that someone manually went in there and typed out bedrock, like, yeah, I want moss blocks to delete bedrock. Why are the days passing so quickly now? What the fuck? I guess it does pass faster when you're out of combat. Makes sense. But, like, for the majority of the video, the person making it just, like, rambled on, like, a bunch of stuff that doesn't matter at all. And, just filled up, like, 2 minutes of airspace making moss blocks out of like, fucking stone and granite. Like, not granite, that's not a... It's diorite, there you go, diorite, and fucking, andesite, there you go, and fucking, what's the other one? Yeah, they're garbage blocks that no one likes anyways. Those blocks. It was like 2 minutes of the person just being like, haha, isn't it funny that you can, like, turn blocks into moss? And I was just kind of like, well, I, first off, already knew that, and secondly, you started the video off with bedrock, so, like, can we just get to the point if it's really something that it can do? And then finally, the last 5 seconds of the video were like, oh yeah, also it can delete bedrock. And I was like, okay, cool, so, like, that's the point of your video. Why did you waste my time for the rest of it? It's just, you know, Minecraft YouTubers, they do things differently. But everyone in the comments was just like, ha ha ha, he delete. It's like, okay, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I just really don't understand how to make compelling YouTube content. Ha ha ha, he delete. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, You know, that's a great fucking road lamp right there. That's juice. That's full juice. You know what? That's also juice. Let's get that juice, gamers. I guess I need to work on my my marketing, though. Apparently. I would love to have these next to each other, but I would need to use an Oblivion, or 3 Oblivions to make it happen. I'm just kind of accepting that it's not going to happen. Ugh! I made 1 blood path. Oh well. That's fine. I've made my peas. I've made my peas. I said I was gonna keep placing rocks in this pattern, right? Yeah. And I do have to place one here. I think this is the most effective space filling pattern, but I might be wrong. I probably am wrong. Don't get me wrong. I understand that I'm often wrong. And I think I'm gonna chill on those spider grows. HP looking pretty good, not gonna lie. Don't wanna, you know, don't wanna act like this is a legendary run, all because I've got a sick regen stat, but my regen stat is 4.8, and the run is pretty legendary. I am kind of considering replacing it immediately, though, because I do like a 12% counter, but I don't think the increase in damage or any of the other stats are really worth the additional counter stat. I would take this exact sword if it also had counter on top of it. That'd be nice. But I don't think that's really fair to ask for that much. Kind of rude, honestly. Okay, it's just now becoming daytime. Come on. Come on. Here you go. He's gonna do it. I'm trying to get the frame by frame. He's starting the attack. Here we go. Ah! He did the attack. It's coming. Oh, there we go. Okay, 1 frame. Ooh, and then it just like goes... See, I have to look at this stuff because I really fucking suck at animating effects. Like, I've talked about it before. But it really is helpful to, like, look at someone else animate an effect and be like, okay. Like, especially, like, having an effect fade out. Like, I'm fine with the growth and the development of the effect. I'm so goddamn bad at the fade out. Like, I just can't. I just can't make a good effect. Which you'd think would be the easiest one. You just, like, slowly make it stop existing. But I just can't wrap my head around it. I can't fucking do it, dude. Can't fucking do it. So I would put a rock there. If I had any... Oh, no, wait, I wouldn't... no, I would put a rock there. No, I would put a rock there. If I had any... But... I already put a meadow there, so it's kind of... It's kind of moot point. Let's see. I should probably put an additional blood grove somewhere in the area. So let's bank on putting one like there or something. Seems good to me. Just throw mountains over. You know what? Put a mountain there. Makes me feel good. And cool. Cool. Goblins. Love to see it. My favorite dude, the goblin. I find it really difficult for me to pick a sword that doesn't have regen at this point. Sorry to tell you. Just not gonna cut it. Unfortunately. Ooh! Whoa! I've been saying no to, like, every new shield I got because of the vampirism effect on that one, but that's a juicy amount of regen. Can't say no to that one. Literally can't. Would get banned off of Twitch.tv. Insane. Like, yeah, why do I care about the max HP? He says as he looks at his HP bar fall very fast. It's fine. I got potions. I got 2 potions. I got 6.6 regen per second. I get it, you know. You didn't like the fact that I said no to the last shirt, so you gave me a different shirt that's strictly better than the last shirt, but I'm not gonna do it. I still want that regen. Ooh, ouch. Actually, don't really like this fight. Thank God it targeted the goblin first. I do kind of wish you, well, I don't know. I think there's a nice part to the auto-battling. Like, that's definitely just, you have to roll with it. But at the same time, I am kind of like, I wish I could just, like, click on an enemy to target select them. But it's totally fine as is, too. Oh, you get material? What? You get things? You actually benefit from destroying cards? What? Alright, well, new meta. I'm literally never using another card again. Ever again. Like, if you see me using a card, just fucking cancel me, dude. Just fucking cancel me. I don't want literally anybody to think about me positively if you see me using cards. Like, I would have fallen so far off the deep end at that point that you should get me banned. You should get me banned on... Okay, I'm gonna stop. Let's place a village somewhere. I kind of like having a little alleyway of villages. It's just a cozy sort of feel, you know? I like it. Like the coziness factor. Given that there's multiple goblin camps here, I might want to put a blood grove. Oh, I was gonna say I definitely want to put a road lamp, but I've already got that covered. Look at me. I'm so good at this. So goddamn good at this. I think I might actually just want to hold on my cards then. Because, like, I don't know. Yeah, I get more max HP, but the amount that I get is kind of insignificant. And, I want more of these memory fragments. More of these mammary fragments. Make a big tit. Sorry. Constant horniness, I know. Cancel me. I already said it. Do it. Dude's talking about tits on his live stream. Ooh, good timing. Good timing. Like, I'm at least gonna hold until... Well, I don't know, I kind of like treasuries. Like, I don't really like the idea of destroying a treasury, but at the same time, I just don't have the meadows for it right now. I'm kind of, like, straight up running out of space for it. So I'm gonna at least let the treasury and the spider get destroyed. Lower region, but still... Okay, never, why did I even pay attention to it? Like, literally all of the stats are worse, except attack speed and damage to all. Which is half of the stats. But the damage is worse. It has no regen. I ain't taking it. No thankies. From McSpankies. Pass on that one. Alright, so my plan is finally unfolding. I've deleted the cards, and look at that! They felt bad, so they gave me another treasury. I'm cool with it. I'm just gonna let it ride. Like, I don't really need that much max HP right now. I've got, like, 1k. Oh, and I also just realized, if I play, like, literally one more card, I'll fight a boss. So maybe I don't want that in my life, or actually, maybe it's sick as fuck, and I do want that in my life, so... Let's do it. Let's fight a boss. Let's fight a boss. I'm gonna play all of my cards and kinda, gotta be honest, go sicko mode. Alright. Like the music. No mountain peak. I'm pretty sure that it's not as finicky as I previously thought it was, but it's just the fact that you can only have one mountain peak, which is fine. That's fine. Alright, I've got all the benefits I could ever have. I think it literally just crossed over into daytime. So I should have the AoE effect in case there's other monsters with the boss. Chunky? What? Is this the... Is there only one boss in the game? Because this kind of seems like the guy. This seems like the dude. How is this even possible? Yeah, you know, I'm kind of confused myself. God, I fucking love, like, starry-eyed skeleton. Like, that's a fucking aesthetic that has never existed until this very... It definitely is an aesthetic that's existed. In fact, I follow a Twitter artist that kind of has that style. But it's a good style. I like it. That's right! You didn't devour me like the rest of the world. Haven't I? Do you really don't think so? Do you really don't think so? I do really don't think so. What are you talking about? I'm standing right in front of you. I consumed all of your reality. Every one of its elements now rests in a separate pocket dimension. Spaces, living beings, information, even memories. They shall remain there until entropy does its work, turning everything into a uniform static soup. Along with you, of course. Me soup. You're insane. So what do we have here? Someone who's gonna name call me. I see. You found a way to interact with other pieces of your reality. To organize, combine, and merge them. Oh, nani? I don't see any exceptional talent or knowledge in you. You hardly even understand what's happening, right? I'll tell you what's happening. A pile of bones is bitchering my world. Thinks that it can get away with it. Fucking bone bitch. You're already doomed, and you know it. Perhaps you're just the first in a series of systematic errors, a problem I must learn to solve. Let's not waste any time, then. I don't think you're capable of feeling regret, but I'm about to change that. Ooh! Ooh! Alright. That's a decent amount of damage, but okay, wait. That's a lot of damage. Let me rephrase. That's more than a decent amount of damage. Looking at my damage, looking at its damage, weighing the numbers together, I think I die here. Undead, cosmic, mage, has a soul. Like, am I... Unless the game, like, really unfolds, and it totally could, like, how many cosmic enemies are we gonna see? How many mages are there in the world? We've already seen at least one other undead and plenty of things that have a soul, but cosmic and mage feel like pretty niche tags. Researcher. Health and damage are increased by 5% for every Lich's Palace at the start of the battle. I don't have any of those, unless those were the things it built around it. Oh, yep, okay, those were the things that it built around it. 40%, enhanced by palaces. Well, it doesn't really feel like it's my fault. I guess, okay, the thing there is that if you save up a bunch of Oblivion cards, you can delete its palaces and make the fight easier. I think I'm just, like, turbo dead, though. Like, not even close. If I had known the fight was going to be this ridiculously strong, I would have done things differently. I definitely would have done things differently. But okay. Rip in pieces me. I'll lose, like, some wood, some rocks, some metal, some meat. No, my memory fragments. I worked so hard for those. So it looks like you lose a little bit more than half of what you had. Like, maybe, like... Oh, I keep 30%. I lose 70%. There you go. Cool. Wow. That's a bit of a bummer, but hey! Not everything is over. I can still make a farm. That's nice. Oh, I didn't even see what it did. Wait, let me read that. Farmers' crops are always a welcome sight on the dinner table. All empty tiles around the farm are transformed into gardens. After an expedition, it gives you 1 ration for every completed loop, but not more than there are garden tiles around the farm. I see. You can build something over the garden. Good to know. Unlocks the ability to craft food if the supply depot is built. Unlocks the wheat fields card. Okay. Yeah. Fuck it. Go ahead and slam me down for a farm. Why don't you? Oh, Jesus. I didn't expect it to affect that one as well. But there you go. Now I can have an additional 6 rations when I get home. Have you noticed how strangely this oblivion affects our senses? Hunger, for example. You can stop eating for days and you still won't be hungry. This, of course, does not mean that you should stop eating altogether. The farmer promises that he'll be able to grow some stable crops, but it'll take some time. It'll be interesting to see what can grow without sunlight. That is interesting, isn't it? Alright. I really want to make refuge. Oh, and I get a new class when I make refuge, so yeah, I really want to make refuge. But I figured that also, upon making refuge, it gets rid of some of these survivors' tents, probably. Can't be destroyed, but yeah, they'll move if you build a better house. Implying that refuge is that better house, I think. Can only be built next to a field kitchen. I don't think yeah, outside of the farm and this thing, I don't have anything around it, so that's fine. Or maybe this counts, and maybe this also counts, but whatever. Fuck it. That's gonna do it for now. I know it's another small stream, but it's like I haven't spent that much time with my girlfriend in the week. Because it's just been unfortunate timing with her power and internet. So, I'll be back, you know, Monday. It's not that far away, it's just a couple of days. And who knows, I may just do a surprise Saturday or Sunday stream. It's not super common, but it happens. Maybe? Question mark? We'll see. Because I'm having a lot of fun with, with Loop Hero. So I might just be bored on Saturday or Sunday and be like, yeah, fuck it, I want to stream. But we'll see. Thanks for hanging out. Was a good time. Got a little bit of progress, but at the very least, I feel like I understand the mechanics a lot more in Loop Hero. And happy to get back to it whenever I do. So yeah, maybe you'll see me on the weekend, but expect to see me on Monday. So yeah. Thanks. Goodbye. Heh